Hello, hello. Okay, if we're good to go, I will just get back into it then. See what happens. Keep on trucking. Alright, so we've reached the Everdor. We're gonna see where Summer is. And for Summer and Alice, I guess for Alice we have to wait, but for Summer we can just hop right into the lifeboat and kind of leave without her, which is kind of weird. We get our long boat ride and final conversation with Summer to wrap things up. Kind of talking about her cancer a little bit. Later on, there will be another dragon that we interact with, a silver dragon. And since she's passed through the Everdor, we just go to her house and interact with the front door, basically. And that'll be how that minigame starts without her being on the ship. And that goes for the other spirits as well. If you were to do their minigame when they're not on the ship, then you just go to their house, and that's how you can start that. Really enjoyed having Daffodil just kind of hanging out on your shoulder as you row. Yeah, like I was saying, for the speedrunning sake of it all, these sequences are nice. A good, like, a little break where you can go about and do some short things if you have time, or if you need to. Talk about Rose again, her, the love of her life, that unfortunately passed away before she did, so quite a bit of time in Summer's life where she wasn't quite as happy without Rose, but we still had the good memories. We get our little snake constellation up in the sky. And we'll see if Alice will be ready to go once we wake up in the morning. Take her to the front of the boat. We'll time warp with Gustav once and then check on Alice again to see how she's doing. Grab Summer's flower, Spirit flower in the meantime. So when Gustav's in the guest house like that, you just kind of talk to him and cancel out, and that will bring him outside. And then you'll be able to interact with them to do the time warp. Cancel out after the fade in from black. Yeah, Alice is ready to go. We do have to walk her. We have to escort her to the rowboat. One final escort mission for dear old little Alice. And one of my favorite characters just because of a personal connection, but I think all their characters add a lot of color to the game, a lot of variety and personalities and whatnot. Of course, then we escort her to the boat and then drop down and leave without her. Luckily, she hops in eventually. You're saying goodbye to our hedgehog friend. The stay-at-home mom. We love fashion, traveling, and Swedish romance novels. But she was the first person that died while in like Stella's care, and kind of reaffirmed her will and desire to keep doing this end-of-life work that she had been doing. So played a pretty big role in Stella's life. And once we have Alice's spirit flower, we're going to make a pit stop by Olga and do a bunch of time warping to grow quite a few resources. And then we'll stop by Albert's to upgrade the blueprint station as well as upgrade the different things in the boat so that we can get through the rock barrier for the southeast region. Little hedgehog constellation up there. Alright, so back on the ship. Back to business. Grab Alice's spirit flower. We can go ahead and move both of those houses kind of up and out of the way. Free up some space down below. That top corner, well as Alice. the other stuff really doesn't matter a whole lot, but... Alright, so we're gonna make our way over to Olga. Do some resource gathering real quick. We'll pick up what we had planted earlier and also grow some more stuff. Should be able to make the windmill, which we'll need. Also, make a zip line for the ship, which is nice. Actually, I want to move. I have to move everything again. There we go. Now we have a zip line that can take us from one side of the ship to the other pretty quickly. But here we're gonna set some. Need to grind up some rice and also some corn. We'll get that going in the meantime. That'll kind of just do its own thing in the background. No big deal. Okay, there. We're okay on wood. Yep. Oh yeah, did I ever plant? Nope, I did not. We'll plant our fire glow that I forgot to do earlier. That's not the right thing. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. Here we've got our iron that I let go too early. Got some quartz. And there's Daffodil. We'll cut down our maple tree. Then we're going to plant 3 quartz, do Gustav's time warp a couple times, save and quit, and then be able to instantly access Olga's back again. The quartz. Quartz. So we find where Gustav is at. There he is. Now since it's close to nighttime, we should just be able to talk to him once. It'll warp to night. We can go to sleep. Then when we wake up, we'll save and quit, and then Olga will magically be there with all our resources grown. Like our cotton is grown, which is nice, so we got that good. Oh, need to save and quit. That's along with just like progressing quests. This is where the the Gustav's time warp ability really comes in handy. We instantly get all this quartz. Then we'll plant 3 more things and then do the same thing real quick. Here we're gonna plant some slate, some marble, some aluminum. And then do the same thing where we talk to Olga. We'll find Gustav and then rinse and repeat. Hello, co-op pal.
Hello.
Welcome home. Two time warps, we save and quit, and then Olga should be ready with all the good stuff. Instant gratification. How you doing?
Good? Everything good? Any weird stuff?
Weird stuff with the stream, but other than forgetting to upgrade Gwen's house and then having to wait for her at the end, the run's been going okay.
That's better than doing that on a Gwen percent.
Yeah, really. Run's over. Extra 20 minutes. Luckily, it was basically go to sleep, wake up, and then she was ready, so wasn't too bad.
There's many weird things that can happen.
Go ahead and get some cotton. Pretty much everything with the field should be good now. Got our rice flour. We'll put the corn in. Change my outfit for personal preference. Old classic. Actually, red hat. Let's see. Bunch of stuff. I think we can do foundry stuff. Get some more iron. A spreadsheet. Iron. When we go back to Albert's, we're going to upgrade the blueprint station and also get the Hermes hymn and the rock destroyer so we can visit the southeast region. This is a tool one. We can do the cotton fiber at the loom now that we've reached our destination. Let's go wait. I think we're good on money, but just in case. Sell some gems. That's like a lot of money. Thankfully, Francis has like never-ending pockets. Always has money for you, so good to go. Alright, so blueprint. Not blueprint. Nope, just gotta get more stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta finish the fire glow too. Luckily it's a pretty easy fix. We're not even ready yet. Alright, I'm gonna do some more fast growing. Luckily, if you have forgotten to do anything or don't have enough resources, we have all that we need. We just have to turn things into other things at this point. That should be good. Now we can do the old fast grow. Surprised I wasn't ready with all the whatchamacallit, the time warping. Whoops. Of course, I planted the wrong thing, the third slot. But we'll pull up the fire glow.
Fast grow is so nice.
Yeah. It's a shame that you don't... Like, it's not super useful past the first bit. Like, I guess there's times where it comes in handy like this and for the trees later on, but for the most part... Go ahead and plant the... Here's while we're here. Whoops, don't leave. It's such a cool, weird little trick. Alright, so we get the final fire glow seed to produce 2 fire glow. I don't really care about the carrots, they can wait. Might actually be ready, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Got that, actually. I think we have enough iron to get now, but just in case. At some point, it's just a matter of trying to remember what you made and what you still need to get resource-wise. Alright, so now we're good on the Rock Destroyer. So we got that one request from Giovanni a while ago. We'll finally make good on that. Go pick up some chocolates. Get him out of hot water for a second.
Do you get to the part where you tell on Giovanni?
No, not yet.
Are you gonna tattle on him?
Oh yeah. Every time.
You tattle.
Oh, well, there we go. Oh, a little pit stop at Bottom Line Core where we picked up Astrid hours ago. And we'll get old Geo a box of chocolate. Oops, I'll fall in the water. It'd be good. I'm just gonna get rid of the field. We don't really need it anymore. I think. As is. Once we get, I'm gonna get a spare cornflower from the windmill, and then we can get rid of the windmill. That serves its purpose. What can we cook? We can do. We got to cook a few recipes for a tools quest line later on. We're just gonna go ahead and get that stuff ready while we're waiting for other things. Might be. I just need one more. I kept up with my spreadsheet correctly. It's also really easy to hit square 5 times, but then it only puts in 4 things. But if you're not paying super good attention, you can accidentally input the wrong number of items. So you may think you put in 5 and then you actually put in 4, and then later on you're like, why don't I have enough of whatever I needed? And that could be why. That was quick. We get some, what was it, rice soup or something? Noodle soup. Then we need corn flour and pork, I think was a corn dog.
Excellent.
Right, because we need to do corn flour anyway, because we got to make the lobster roll, I think. That's why we made a ton of, or we cooked a ton of coal earlier on, so hopefully we don't really have to worry about coal from here on out. Buy the box of chocolates, give it to Giovanni. We can give it to Astrid and try and smooth over his transgressions. Just to do it again and prolong the misery. Now we're going to cut through these 2 thunderstorms to South Point Docks. We're going to meet our next spirit. It's been a while. Or spirits, kind of, even though they basically count as one. Bruce and Mickey.
Hello.
Alright, what's your idea? Oh yeah, now he's going to talk about his house improvements, which we will eventually do them. But we still don't have the resources for a lot of the stuff he's looking for. And these carrots will come in handy for a Bruce and Mickey quest later on. The very interesting brothers. Yeah, I need to finish that. A lot harder to get the max output from cotton. I'm gonna get to the island. No, I'm gonna lose like 3 seconds. Yeah, when you meet Bruce and Mickey, first thing they have you do is pretty much go bully somebody. And then they're like, alright, you're cool. And then they come on board. So yeah, it kind of lets you know about who these two brothers are. And while we're here, we're going to get a few resources. Well, oops. Oops. That's the
Bruce
first
and
guy.
Mickey's.
Yeah. Alright, so that's good enough for them.
Bullying for beginners.
While we're here, we're gonna get some extra marble. We're probably good on marble, but just in case, we can grab that one. Whoops. Here's a new mineral. We have access to zinc now, which will go through a lot of zinc. There's going to be a lot of zinc in the foundry coming up. Just barely make that jump. One more zinc node before we leave the island. We'll save and quit and go back on the ship and then welcome Bruce and Mickey on board. Sometimes, and I don't know why, that they'll show up in the middle of the ship. It happens. Nope, all the way at the end. I don't know why. Like, everybody else still goes to the front of the ship, but then they'll be in the middle by themselves. And it's only them that I've seen that happen to, but...
There they both are.
Yeah, Bruce is the tiny little hummingbird, and Mickey is the bull. I'm gonna head to their minigame, which is a pulsar event. That will give us some access to pulsar ores. Grab this. I guess... just in case. How this run's been going. Doesn't hurt to have some extra stuff. Alright, is that a corn dog? Yes. Then we also need flour and here. I hope. Start some iron. Start some zinc. This one's quite not as nice as iron because you have to watch it a little bit more. You can't just pump a bunch of times and then leave it. We'll get this about ready to go and then we'll start the pulsar event. Pulsar event's kind of difficult to do. Luckily we don't need a whole lot of pulsar ores. We only need 12, but the mini game is a little bit more challenging than some of the other ones have been. It is fun, but it gets a little frustrating sometimes. These things will just like shoot off from the 4 sides of the screen. Just have to collect them. It starts off pretty slow, but it will pick up in speed, and then they'll also like curve around you. Bet. Just need to get 12. then sometimes they'll shoot out in bursts of 3. You get like 2 or 3 out of that group. Pretty helpful. Probably close to good, if not good by now, but this is one you can't exit the minigame early, so you might as well just collect all that you can and just completely skip stuff.
The lobster rolls don't.
Oh, not getting it. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, bye. Yeah, the fun thing with Bruce and Mickey is sometimes they'll be right in front of you and then fly away and you have to go find them. I think he just got up and then sat right back down where he was, actually. 188, negative 44. That'll be the silver dragon. That kind of progresses Bruce and Mickey's story a little bit. The quest. Okay. Have an extra cornflower that I got out. And we can demolish the window. Don't need that anymore. And 5 more zinc. While we're on our way to the dragon. We also had to start putting in some pulsar ores in the boundary as well. And this is kind of the point of the run where your travel between islands starts to slow down and it leans more into just making resources. Focusing more on resource management than interacting with spirits and quests and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot I put her all the way to the top. Even though Summer's not here anymore, we can still interact with the dragon. Or like baby jump from that one.
Tough drag.
Yeah, it's just like the bare minimum pickaxe for the dragon stuff.
Time to do runs again.
Remember which way to go. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Musically and visually just screams of their other games. Right.
You guys have talked about that?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little updraft section. Oh, okay. Might be the last one. Okay.
Did you say this is easier or harder in co-op? Because the camera and stuff.
Yeah, the camera. And we were talking about the co-op Sunder and how the camera kind of makes it a little bit difficult in that too. But
yeah.
I mean, the camera's whack no matter if you're solo or co-op. Honestly. Sometimes you get kind of stuck at the dragon. But yeah, the camera's not the best sometimes.
Especially during.
So we're going to 216, negative 72. Ambertown. Some Giovanni's eventually going to ask us to get some roses. Guess the chocolates weren't enough. Oh, there we go. Right on cue. We're going to go into a park and slash down some roses. Their handy dandy Everlight scythe. Yeah, luckily we're getting to, even though there's still a bunch to do, it's doesn't feel quite as hectic anymore. Go to the wrong spot. Whoa. Oh wait. Okay. Forgot we're not going to the bus stop. I was like, how am I supposed to get on? Alright. Some pulsars. Pick up our zinc from earlier. I made it. Yeah, maybe. And while we're here, we're also going to cut down some trees in the park as well. So this is our one-spot shop for ash trees.
There is a guy who's like, what do you think you're
Yeah.
doing? This is a public park.
I'll kind of walk around. This guy's not too happy.
Yeah.
We're just gonna ignore him. It would be so weird to just be walking through a park and see somebody cutting down trees, chopping down rose bushes.
Picking all the rose buds up.
So, to be fair, he's kind of got a point, but not gonna stop us. You won't? Run out here, talk to Giovanni, and give him the roses that we just got. Make a little pit stop by Edgeboro Land. Mainly just to buy an obol from a shop. Seems like a weird thing to be able to buy, but super helpful. Saves us from having to get an obol from somebody else. Got some ash logs, and like the further along you get, each new species of tree that you have access to, it's like a little bit more difficult to cut. Slightly more weird lines to follow. I feel like I'm always doing a decent job if I get three planks out of ash logs. See if we can get 5 more pulsar cores. Start it up. Jesus. Oh. Come on, one more. Edgeboro Lane. Bruce and Mickey are requesting the Crusher. And are they coming with us? What the heck? I don't know if I've seen that before. That doesn't screw anything up. Alright, so we're just gonna come here to buy the obol. Instead of all the other shops, the little raccoon's called Theodore. For some reason, this one's Randy. He's the only one. think you like have to change your name to Theodore to work there actually. We do grab a peach seed while we're here as well, because that'll come in handy for Bruce and Mickey later on. And it's quicker and easier just to grab it from a chest than it is to buy. They're pretty expensive. Although we might have enough money actually. You're kind of loaded right now. So Giovanni's mini game of choice is a meteor shower, where we can collect comet rocks. Comet rocks. So on our way to there, we are going to finish up our pulsar foundry work. Let me go ahead and do, we need 2 silver as well, so might as well just start that up before I forget. Although, no, actually, just cut ash logs too. This is where the co-op stuff really comes in handy. Get the meteor shower music and visuals. This one kind of has a trick to it. Make collecting the comet rocks a little bit easier. Because usually they'll just kind of like be random around you, and wherever you are is where the stuff will rain down. But if you're at the front of the ship and you get kind of cleared of any obstructions, you can make the collecting of the comet rocks a little bit easier. So we'll talk to Geo, start that up, and then head to the very front of the ship. Then all the comet rocks should just kind of come down right where we are, basically. Need 17, so we got 5. Got 10. 15. And this is one where you can quit out early, which is kind of nice. We'll just grab this while we're here. You can also make a lot of money this way too. Not that money's really an issue right now, but if it were, this is a pretty quick way to earn some cash. From here, we're going to continue up north a bit to an island called Sandwich Wall. So 141, -50. And basically all we're getting from there is a mulberry seed, which we'll plant in the orchard. That will allow us access to silk. Which we'll need later on for various things. Which I guess while I'm here, I'll go ahead and plant seed before I forget. Try not to accidentally plant the cherry seed. What's up? That would be a problem. Go ahead and do 2 silver while we're up here, and we'll remember to do it. The silver one, the needle moves really fast. You gotta let it fall quite a ways out of like the good range before you can re-engage. But luckily it fills up the little thermometer looking thing pretty quickly, so it's not too bad. Go ahead and cut 5 more ash. This should be about as much ash as we need. Ash to ash. I think a lot of the ash planks go towards improving Tool's house. was a cool little spot. Just pretty much a bunch of floating platforms that you kind of glide in between. Bunch of billboards and light up signs and whatnot. Here, also a sheep. I'm up, cross. That again. Distracted by all the signs. Over here, lucky for us, is a chest with a mulberry seed. Because we have 2 slots in the orchard to plant stuff, we can plant both a peach and a mulberry tree. We'll have access to that stuff in a bit. Alright, so from here we're gonna go visit the last turtle sister, Irina. And we'll be doing a lot of I don't know what's like a good term for this. Mass production of resources using good old Gustav. Alright, so that's good. We should be able to build the crusher now. That'll bring Bruce and Mickey down. Yeah. Talk to Giovanni. Stuff. We get an oval from him, which will be used in a little bit. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to get crushed. Fortunately, it's mash heavy, mash centric stuff. What is probably like the worst thing about this run is just a bunch of mashing between the dialogue and the crusher at the end here. We get the turtle music. Also, you gotta wait a second for the very last powder you create to get picked up. If you leave it and then save and quit or whatever, I think you lose that actually. All right, I guess we should have talked to her first. So this is just going to be basically all zinc. That way we pick up zinc from that one island and then we can just use the turtles to stock up on everything else. And then since we need to visit the the crusher a lot, we'll just make a stop in between doing the Gustav time warp. It's basically visit Irina, crush a bunch of stuff, visit Irina, crunch a bunch of stuff. Why is that so hard to say? And we do that for a few times to get all the stockpile of resources we'll need. Now we hit up Gustav. It'll probably make it late enough in the night that we can sleep afterward. Basically, whether it's Gustav twice or Gustav and then sleeping, as long as you pass time twice and then save and quit, when you open the game back up, you should have access to the turtles back, regardless of which turtle you go to. We'll visit the crusher on the way to Irina. We gotta crush a bunch of quartz. We'll keep that up. Get 5 more quartz. Then we'll go pick up the zinc that we planted and plant 3 more. Again, this is where traveling is not quite as important as just getting all your stuff together. Load back up on zinc. But it also means you're getting closer to the end of the run, so it's good and bad. Quartz on the way to Gustav. Usually he's hanging around the foundry. Seems to be like his perch. We probably have to talk to him twice, because I don't know if the first one will get us to nighttime. Or at least late enough in the night that you can sleep. The old save and quit, load it back up, brush some more quartz, and then grab some more turtle resources. Damn right. Alright, so crush the quartz. Again. Some silica powder. Get some zinc. Yeah, I guess every long run needs a bit of like a grind section, so this will be the grinding portion of Spiritfarer any percent runs. Alright, so we should be good on zinc, but we do need one more aluminum. We need to plant one more marble. Just to make sure we have enough. One more trip through all the stuff. These have not grown up. I wonder if I should have like fast grown the tree. Nice thing is with the trees, if you really need whatever the trees are gonna grow, you can just use Gustav to speed up the process. Talk to him a few times and then you'll have whatever you need. Again, once you get Gustav on your boat, you're pretty much okay as far as any time-related stuff. Just don't forget to do Gwen stuff early and you're good to go. Alright. Big shout outs to Irina for being super helpful. Should take care of all our quartz needs. While we're here, I'm just gonna go ahead and get sunflower seeds crushed up for cooking. And we'll be heading out from Irina and we'll be heading towards Oxbury. Where Stella in her real life was doing her nurse work. Alright. On our way, we can crush some limestone. And we can crush some comet rocks. And once we get done with the comet rocks, it's basically just a bunch more zinc at the foundry. Then everything else will be at the, is it like blacksmith? What's the other one?
Foundry. Oh yeah, the last one's the blacksmith.
You know what it's called? Can't remember.
Forge?
Forge, yeah. Oh my god, it was so easy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically do the rest of the stuff at the forge. Where am I going? Oxbury 233.18. Wrap up the comments. Eventually we'll need, I think, Astrid to ask for us to keep an eye on Giovanni at night. May have to time warp a time or two to get to that point. I think that's just all based on in-game time passing. Hit up Gustav and see if that helps move things along. We'll start up our zinc foundry. Still quite a lot of zinc to turn into ingots. Sure, I didn't miss anything else with Giovanni. Okay, no, I think we're okay. Hey, I guess at some point I can build Bruce and Mickey's house. That ball rolling. You do need to wait until they ask for upgrades before you upgrade their house, or else you soft lock the game. I found out after basically wasting 4 hours in like a run one time. I only got 4 that time. Had to make a note of that. And it's nice after you, I guess, upgrade the blueprint table the first time, when a tool comes and messes with stuff, and then you can add waypoints to the map. It also allows for you to turn on like safe travel mode, and that's what we're doing right now, where we're pretty much passing through one of the mini games without it actually starting, and you don't have to tell whatever spirit that you don't want to participate in it. So you can also go through like thunderstorms and not have to worry about doing a tools mini game. You can go through, we either went through a pulsar or a comet shower and didn't have to worry about engaging in that mini game. It was kind of nice to help just sail through and not have to worry about accidentally starting something. We still need to wait for old Astrid. Go. Oh, there she goes. Okay. So now she's probably going to ask us to keep an eye on Giovanni at night. Had a bad feeling. But we're going to time warp tonight. sleepy time, nighttime. There we go. And then just you wait a little bit. Giovanni will leave the boat. Then you can progress that storyline. But while we're waiting for him, just put in some more zinc. Start pumping away in the foundry. Yeah, if you ever do co-op, all Daffodil's animations are really cute. Like all the stuff. Like to dive in the water, he turns into like an anchor.
Yeah, well, like Daffodil will wrap himself around the anchor and then like ride the anchor down into the dive. Yeah, and
he's got like little oven mitts for the oven.
Yeah. And the foundry just looks like very much effort for a cat. Yeah. Oh, and the pulling, which is the only animation that's slower than Stella's. The pulling the garden stuff.
Oh, it's slower?
Yeah.
Hmm. Unfortunately, Daffodil can't interact with the spirits, so you're still kind of limited in that regard as far as like co-op runs go. Where only Stella can progress storylines and quest points for people. But even just being able to split up resource management with have somebody doing resources and one person doing quest related stuff is pretty nice. Here's the silk from that mulberry tree. We watched Giovanni leave the ship at night, and then Astrid's wondering what's up. She got something in the mail, so she wants us to read it. It's a letter from somebody in Oxbury. Conveniently, that's where we are. Now, if you needed to warp time, this is also another spot to do it, because whenever you go to Oxbury, no matter what time of day it is before you go, it'll always turn it to night. You can kind of warp and time travel that way as well. Now we see Geo just being Geo. Yeah, and then after this is when Astrid asks what actually happened, and you can either tell her that you saw him going into a building with somebody else, or you can lie. I'm gonna tell her the truth. Doesn't really affect anything. While we're here, we're going to buy eggs. I think that's all we need. Yeah. We saw Geo go in the building with that other spirit. And then there's also a... Oh yeah, there's the ash tree. I guess we could always cut that down. Still though, like in the middle of a city. So weird. There's a bounce ability shrine that we're going to exchange our obols for. So there's still ability shrines throughout the map, but this is the last one that we're going to exchange obols for, and the last ability we're going to get. Here, don't think we really need it, but we're going to go get some extra stuff to sell. And then in the morning, we're going to report back to Astrid about what Mr. Giovanni's been up to. And then we're basically just going to hang out at the Everdor because Giovanni's getting close to finishing his quest line. And as soon as he's done, we'll take him to the Everdor and then get another Spirit Fair, or another Spirit Flower, as well as another Hades encounter. Which is important because then that allows us to pick up our last spirit that we'll be seeing in this run. Bruce and Mickey... Oh, got some more silk. That's good. Bruce and Mickey are probably going to ask about house upgrades. Yep, that's good. Now we can fully upgrade their house and it won't soft lock. which is pretty cool for speedruns. Go ahead and put the silk through the loom. Oh, that one's really fast. Head to the Everdoor. We're gonna have to time warp a few times, but it's nice to just go ahead and be there, and then you're ready to go once Giovanni finally says he's good. Kind of do some zinc gathering in the meantime. Okay, like the last hour and a half of the run is basically just like juggling resources and quest needs. Alright. Should only need 9 more zinc. Okay. And once we unlock the forge, we can... That'll be the last bit of resources we'll need, is doing stuff to forge. The sawmill should be all good. Foundry will basically be all good. Should just be the forge. Alright, so up to Astrid. We're going to tell her the truth. Then she needs some time. She wants Giovanni out of her living space, so we're going to build a lounge for him. Put it close to her. That keep Bruce and Mickey out of the way for the time being. Then do a bit of time warping. We got to get Giovanni to the point where we can talk to him. He needs a little bit of time after his late night excursions, I guess. There he is. Gotta break the news to him that he's been kicked out of Astrid's place. Our last little bit of zinc. That should be all the stuff we need from the foundry. Worst case, we just gotta go back in for a couple things, but it should take care of it. Foundry's probably the least interesting of these, like, resource intense things you have to do. It's not particularly interesting by itself. I need to talk to Astrid at some point. May need to wait until... Oh! Talk to us? I had to wait till morning. Where is she? That's the other thing too, is the more you spread stuff out, the harder it is to find people sometimes. Oh, there she's up there. She may be stuck. And there's a spirit that we don't pick up named Beverly, who's this tiny little owl, and she's the hardest one to see on the ship once things get really spread out. Now we just have to wait until Giovanni's ready to go to the Everdoor to finish his quest line. And once he leaves, even though he's kind of done her dirty so many times, Astrid's still somehow kind of like in love with him, and oh, I don't need to... I screwed up the Gustav stuff. Still kind of like overlooks all his past sins. So she's still sad when he leaves, and she says she needs to take some time to herself, and you give her 6 in-game days, and then she'll be ready to go to the Everdoor as well. They're the I think it was like the cursed lovers of the Spiritfarer story. So we'll basically just be passing time until Giovanni needs to talk to us again. There we go. He's pretty jazzed about his lounge. And we'll pass some more time and then he'll be ready to go. Then the next spirit we get is a bit of an odd one. We're gonna fish him out of the water. And it'll be the spirit of a little 8-year-old boy named Stanley. Who was a big fan of Stella as one of her patients. Bit of a surprising patient for Stella to have to take care of, but an interesting one nonetheless. All right, Mr. Geo, where are you? Still sleeping in Astrid's couch. Could be getting close. Okay, there we go. He's ready to move on. Here, we'll talk to him one more time and then we'll head to the upper door. He's another one where we don't actually have to wait for him at the lifeboat, so we'll just leave without him, kind of awkwardly. But he'll be in the boat eventually. And now it's another he can get some water break, so I'll see you in a second. Long songs over there. Yep. Okay.
Just terrible.
Get a little bit more of more insight into Giovanni How he tries to please everybody because deep down he knows they're all just there to see Astrid. And even though he knew that he caused Astrid a bunch of grief and sadness, that he did it anyway. kind of messed up, but that's old Geo. The good and the bad. Just like all the characters, basically. But again, I highly recommend actually playing through the game and reading stuff and not mashing through it. A lot of interesting stories and good characters. And the 4 or 5 that we don't even see in the game too, or in the speedrun.
How many times would you say I cried playing this game?
Every time. It's still kind of hard to get through, even just mashing through stuff. Some of the endings, and especially the very end too.
Yeah, the very end, and also the songs.
Yeah.
They program you.
We had another. Fortunately, this time, even though we didn't skip anything, or I guess we skipped one in the first go around. We get to see all 3 memories. The Stella moving out on her own. Very sundered-y. Missed this platform. There's Giovanni in bed. Oh, no, wait. This is that's Summer in Stella? You remember?
Oh. Oh no.
Somebody in Stella. Yep. Gustav and Stella. Her sightseeing around Japan. We don't really get too much into Gustav since we only use him for his time warping ability, but he's big on, I think he's an art curator.
I sobbed. I sobbed. I love Gustav.
And they kind of met each other, and he was big on kind of opening her eyes in life to art and stuff like that. Big art and history, and big on like sharing those experiences with other people and trying to get like the most out of humanity that he can. Unfortunately, he ended up getting multiple sclerosis. Was that what his disease was?
Yeah.
And then that kind of affected his ability to move around, and that obviously soured his disposition on life a little bit. But his like final art exhibit that he never got to carry out in life, you kind of do this and help him in game. That's pretty cool. But again, we fortunately don't do that in the speedrun. We barely talk to him, or we talk to him and then we X out of the conversation and just endlessly talk to him about the same thing. But Gustav and the Turtles, the real MVPs of the speedrun. We got Giovanni Spiritfarer now. We can get rid of the lounge, free up some of those resources. Astrid will need some time by herself. So we're going to upgrade the blueprint station. Then that'll give us access to the smithy. That's what it was. Forge
Smith.
smithy.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to sell stuff, but just in case. We also have to upgrade some houses, and that does cost glims. It doesn't usually cost a whole lot, but we are definitely good on glims now, I believe. And then we also unlock, if we have enough resources, and it's not a huge deal if we don't, there's a speed increase for the ship. More importantly is the blueprint, but if we can do, okay, we can do both. That's cool. So the sail speed doesn't really matter that much anymore because it's still, there's still resources we need to get, and that really dictates how much time we need more than how long it takes to sail somewhere. So, oh yeah, we also need to fish for Stanley. Or Stanley's seed, which sounds weird. It'll make sense in a second. So, first time you fish after the Hades visit, the second one, you get a mysterious seed. But we're going to go and plant that in the garden. When Daffodil gets here, we are going to fast grow, because I don't have patience. One last fast grow. And we have a little mushroom pal. That's pretty good music too. I always liked his.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Where are we going? We are going to... Oh yeah, hummingbird. Alright, so we got some more time manipulation stuff coming up. And we'll be using the tools quest line to pretty much instantly warp days at a time. First I'm going to talk to Stanley, our little four-armed mushroom pal. Phil's going to ask about fishing, but we don't really care. We fished quite enough. So Stanley doesn't have a room, so we tell him, hey, just go hang out in the guest room, at the guest house. We're going to head to Hummingbird, because that's eventually where Tool's questline will end up. He's definitely an interesting character as far as quests go. So here... should be able to upgrade all of the Tool's stuff. Oh, I should have done this before. Yeah, I kind of screwed up. I'm gonna find some tuna.
Find some tuna.
I was supposed to do this so I could give... I was gonna talk to Gio and get his recipe. What am I supposed to give him? Wait, I don't have chicken yet. Well, that sucks. I wonder what Stanley wants as far as food. Maybe I had to give him fried chicken first. Alright, so this will be where Astrid talks about needing some time to herself. I don't even know what Gustav's favorite meal is. Something with tuna.
It's the
Oh, okay. That kind of sucks too.
yeah.
Let's see. What do we want to do? Guess I need to do some fried chicken regardless. We'll talk to Gustav to get the time warp for the chicken. I don't think I can make... Did you look it up?
No, I looked it up to double check, but now I'm looking. You want to know, Stan?
It's like fries or something, isn't it?
Yes.
What is that? I don't have any potatoes, but... I think it's just potatoes and like oil.
Well, do you want favorite or just like
I need favorite
French?
for him and Gustav potentially.
Uh,
MVP.
yeah, potato and fat. So like your.
Oh, he's going to sleep. Okay. Which I think I can buy potatoes at Oxbury, actually. Alright, we're adjusting on the fly here. I needed to talk to Giovanni and get his menu item for a tools quest line before I I sent him to the Everdoor.
Yeah, and
Whoops.
Gustav's favorite. I'm not. They're strumming.
So it is the...
Herring and.
Okay.
Do you have a cellar?
Yeah, I just got the upgrade for that, so I do have to wait until herring, which I need the herring to do the time warp, so maybe that's not gonna work. All right, I'm gonna go to Oxbury. They have what I'm looking for. Do they have potatoes? Where is Oxbury? There it is. All right, we're doing it, and hopefully that's what he asked for. Because if not, then we'll just adjust again. Good stuff.
I missed what happened.
What? Gio's not here. And he asked for the Booyah bays or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So that's why we made that earlier, and now we... So basically Atul's gonna want to throw a party, a get-together, and he wants to invite everybody, and you go around asking what people want to eat. And one of the spirits I was gonna ask to get their food was Giovanni, and can't do that anymore because he's gone.
I see.
So instead, let's see what Stanley wants. Yes. Where is Stanley? Yes. Please get off the couch. Oh my god, please just talk to Stanley. Wait, can I not? Can I? I guess I can't. Oh, this is a problem. Okay. Get everybody else's? He wants noodle soup. Bruce and Mickey want a corn dog. Let's try again for Stanley. I don't know if you just have to wait until he's like more adjusted. Yeah, I can't get his. So we're gonna do. Oh, that means I can't do the time warp though. Wait, maybe I can just. Okay, no, we're good. Tuna. Yeah, that's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's easier. So you can just fish a tuna.
What else does it need?
On it.
You're the best. Alright, so we gotta find a tuna spot. So we gotta do something that's not usually in the run. Big shout outs to significant others for being awesome. So we find a tuna spot, which is, there should be one here.
Tuna and savory veggie.
Which I don't have.
You can grow. You can use. You both.
Is that savory?
I mean, I can double check, but
I'll find out in a second. Root veg.
no, it's not. Tomato, garlic, onion, olive.
That might be a problem then. Unless I can buy that stuff somewhere. Olive. I think all that stuff is up in the mist region. Do an olive tree. I wonder if I can make another orchard. Okay, no, we're good. We'll go with olive.
Get olive.
What a nightmare. Alright, so this is definitely not the way to do this if you ever want to run this category. Alright, so we're fishing for tuna. Yeah.
And then fast growing an olive tree.
Yeah. Tuna is the most difficult fish to catch. And time consuming, of course. Still not too bad, but... It sucks you can't do Stanley and have him.
French fries would have been it. You're right there in Oxford. Potatoes.
Alright, so we will end up going back to the Oxbury that had the love seed. Edgeboro. Okay. Do I have an extra seed? Nope, just cherry. Alright. We can at least turn in the foods that we do have. Because that's the thing, we have to take their orders and then also provide the food. So we'll turn in the corn dog. Turn in the noodle soup. Usually we would turn in the bouillabaisse, is that how you say it? But this time we're gonna do something different. I guess there's no...
You going to Edgeboro?
Yeah. It's... I don't think I can get to anything else that has savory veggies right now. So it'll have to be the olive. Slight detour. I guess in the meantime we could be doing stuff at the smithy. Guess we help.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see what the final time is. We gotta make 8 crystal glass, 4 clear glass, 2 brass, and 2 bronze from the smithy, so this all still takes quite a bit of time. At least we can sail while we're doing this. Because otherwise we'd just be sitting basically at Hummingbird doing this, so. Okay, so we're buying an olive seed. Or 1 olive seed. Again, I'm glad we got all that extra money. Because I think olive seeds are pretty expensive. Okay, not too bad. 2,000 glims. All right, easy peasy. Need it. Of course, this is like the furthest island away from any bus stop. At least Stanley's started asking for stuff, so we will have to just waste through a bunch of time to do his quest. So probably not a huge deal in the long run. Just more of not knowing what to do. So big shout outs to Seeps5 for being here, helping out. Gurgling some stuff. That sounds weird. Googling. I'm just forget that. I just always call it gurgle, so. Yeah, anyway. So. Still at the smithy.
I hate Smith.
The only thing I don't like is that it brings Gustav in here. This place is outside. You're my time warper. Wait, I need to plant that tree. Daffodil, I need you. Alright, one more fast grow actually. I lied.
You thought.
I lied. Alright, now back to Hummingbird. Your request from Stanley. He's asking for a tchotchke, so we're gonna give him boot. Good enough. Hopefully doing a couple of Gustav time warps will get the... I could be doing this still in the meantime. We'll get the olive tree growing. Because we only need one olive, so... We built an orchard and planted a seed for one thing. Probably won't take too long. Olives are really hard to see though, so sometimes it's easy to miss grown. So that should be 4 crystal. Yeah. 5. Hopefully we warp time, go to sleep, and then maybe have an olive afterward.
Have an olive. Treat yourself to an olive.
When you hear your family. Crystal glass sheet. That puppy in the oven as we go to sleep. Out of here, seagull. For some reason, Gustav just out overnight.
For sleeps.
Alright, there we go. Nice little like 10-minute detour, but we got it. Get a bunch of olives though, holy crap. So you can crush olives. Get olive oil. Cool. Put in our olive. Wait, is it just a fat?
No, we just need the olive.
Oh, an olive. Oh, that's right. And then the tuna. I'll screw that up again. Jesus. Alright.
You gotta get a second.
go catch another tuna. Then use up all the olives. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna keep that orchard around for now. Just in case. Feel very confident in anything. Alright. So we got 6. That'll be 7 when it comes out. Go ahead and get the, whoops. Get our tuna meal ready. Makes a bunch of it. That's cool. I didn't realize it would make 6. Now we can do pretty much get a tool to his very last request, storyline related thing. But if you cancel out of it and leave the island, then it'll reset it and you can skip time that way. Oh, there he is. Give him the tuna. Taki. Now he's like, I want to have this dinner, but where to do it? How about Hummingbird? Oh, we are back at Hummingbird. And just like earlier with Giovanni, as soon as you go to Hummingbird, once you're at this point in the Atul quest, it'll immediately go to night, and you'll be kind of around everybody. The only thing you have to do with this one is run back to the boat, which kind of sucks, but I think time-wise it's about as long as it takes to talk to Gustav twice and reset time that way, so they're about even. No big deal. But that helps speed up Stanley's quests as well as get Astrid through her 6 days. Then here is Stanley's minigame, which is getting these dust shades from his little beetle named Jacob. This one's pretty hard too. This one's about on par with the pulsar. These things move like super fast. Gotta find like the right spot to be at. Good. I think I need 18 bottled ectoplasm. Oh, really? Oh, big groups. Oh. Hope I got enough. Alright. Good. The nice thing with that one too is if you need to do the beetle thing again, you just do a tools, time warp a couple times and you're good to go. Alright, so all this is a bit of a chaotic mess, but I think we're slowly getting back on to where we need to be. That should be 8 crystal glass sheets. Need 3 more clear glass sheets. Start that. Go to sleep. immediately go back to the island. Back to Hummingbird. Skip out on dinner once again. We'll do it eventually, Atul, don't worry. It's like your house and your improvements. We'll get to them eventually. It is a pretty interesting spirit where usually he's probably like the second or third one you pick up, and he's one of the later ones. Oh, Stanley. Or is that Bruce and Mickey? I can't tell. They're both red. Stanley. So Stanley wants to mess around with a bunch of the foundry, the crusher, the loom. Oh, I guess we'll just go ahead and do that while we're here. Keep his storyline and quest going. Astrid should only need another few days, probably. So if you put a shoe in the foundry, you can make glue. Which will also come in handy for another request from Stanley. The needle moves very slowly on shoes, which is kind of nice. Set it and you're good to go. And then when that's finished, we should get another Stanley exclamation point. Do this clear glass sheet in the meantime. And that'll be when Stanley asks for more experiments in the other spots. So, obviously being a young boy, he's very much into weird stuff like this and his little scientific experiments. We'll put a fish and then we'll put another shoe in the foundry. In the loom, we put some weird stuff in there. I think the loom is like a leak. We can put some copper. Maybe an apple. The crusher, we crush an egg, we crush an apple. But all in the name of science experimentation. Yeah. Now he's asking about paper so we can draw some pictures. We already have glue and we have sawdust, so we can go ahead and put that in the oven. One does. Cook him up some homemade paper. While we're doing some other weird stuff. At least we're back into like the normal, this is kind of the end game for the run. So this is all would be done whether I forgot the other stuff or not. Alright, at the loom, we will load up. Yeah, let's do our leak. Astrid. Okay, that didn't work. Let's do some sawdust. Yeah, it kind of sucks too. We'll do some copper. Copper you can actually turn into something. Crusher. Do an egg. Do apple. And a carrot seed. This while we're here, let's do it. So it's either 3 or 4. Or 2. Oh boy.
What?
We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. So yeah, the bull on the rope is Mickey, and he's being pulled around by his little brother Bruce. In real life, Mickey. Oh, were you gonna talk? Oh, Mickey was involved in a car accident and was left in a coma, and so Bruce kind of stuck around. And they were pretty much inseparable anyway, but after he went into the coma, Bruce was still kind of like living in denial that his brother would come back, and stuck around just in case.
I love the tiny hummingbird
Yeah.
carrying that bowl, and like just the design of both of them. That's one of my favorites.
Obviously, Bruce is pretty upset about his brother, so he shows that by kind of lashing out at others and being kind of rude. And so you have this tiny little hummingbird that's bullying everybody on the ship, basically. But always there with his brother, pulling him around.
I do love when it goes in frame, though. Like,
Yeah,
like it did just
it's
then.
like flying across the screen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
always a treat.
the cool music, their own custom song. So that should be 3. One more clear glass sheet. I made something extra. Luckily we have plenty of quartz.
Finley doing over there.
Yeah, everybody's kind of freaking out. I don't... Kind of has me worried a little bit, but should be okay. The one I needed. Okay. Still freaked out. Yeah, there's only been one run where the game is like glitched out to the point where it's soft locked basically my progress. And it was around the smithy, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. This would be the run to do it, for sure. Yeah, I wish I could blame the game for the other mistakes, but nope. Just forgetting things. Alright, so Stanley's got another request, which is good. Astrid's done, so we can finally... What did he want? Oh yeah, homemade paper. So we can finally do the dinner party with the tool. And then a tool's gonna pull a Houdini and just disappear after this dinner. Much like a family member or relative of one of the game devs who had somebody just kind of up and disappear one day. So in this case, Stella's uncle, Atul, in her life, just disappears one day and pretty much is the reason that she moves to North America, I believe. And she never has any idea of where he ends up. You don't really hear anything else about him. He just disappears. So you don't get to take Atul through the Everdor because he is no longer here. But luckily for the speedrun, he leaves behind us a spirit flower. So, thanks. Such a weird game to speedrun. The cat's like on his face. Alright. Now we need a seller. We don't need a buyer. For Albert. Alright. We'll hang out by the Everdor because Astrid is ready to go through. We need to talk to either her or Bruce and Mickey, and then we can get a tool Spiritfarer. Then once we have both of theirs, we'll be able to upgrade the ship to be able to access the mist portion of the map. Oh, there she is. And then slowly but surely making our way to the end game of the run. We got a tool Spiritfarer. What else do we need? I still need to do a few items in the smithy. Where Astrid ends up. I think she goes back to her house, so kind of hang around here until she's ready to depart. And part of the reason we need the bottled ectoplasm from the Stanley minigame is to make the cellar. So now that we have plenty of that, I think that's also part of the final boat upgrades as well, is the ectoplasm. So we'll put that towards making the cellar, where we can help out Stanley. He wants something, he wants fireworks, but we don't have access to them, so instead we are just going to put a fish in a cellar and give him, what was it called? What's the food? Something. Some food where you put herring in a cellar for a while. That was one of the fun things to do casually too, is just make all the recipes. There's a crap ton of recipes you can make. So collecting all the food ingredients and cooking them and figuring out stuff. There's all the recipes you can do. There's a bunch of fish and things and like sea creatures you can pull off the bottom of the ship, like urchins and oysters and clams and whatnot. From Susan earlier in the game, you can, there's a bunch of different, yes, that's right. That's the name. She has a bunch of different things, and that's more like your 100% type of stuff where you fill out Susan's collections, and she gives you rewards once you start meeting certain, like if you give me 9 out of 15, I give you this. If you give me 15 out of 15, I give you this. Stroming?
What it is?
I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but yeah. They know what we're talking about. Or at least one person does. Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't Gustav's like request. That's his favorite meal, isn't it?
You have access to cellar?
I will now.
Maybe they don't.
Because that's what I put in the cellar anyway. I always put a herring in there.
Maybe he didn't request it.
I don't know. I wonder why Stanley couldn't request stuff from him.
That French fries couldn't wait another.
Because yeah, maybe you just had to like warp time a little bit. Yeah, if everything else wasn't so easy to get, I guess you just gotta remember to do it correctly. But like Geo's is really simple because you go past a bunch of mushrooms and you obviously have access to herring pretty early. Bouillabaisse? Bouilla something? I'm not a food person, so you can probably tell by how I pronounce food stuff. Alright, so we got our second spirit flower. This. That should take care of our glass sheets. We still need brass and bronze sheets, but those are a little bit... Oh, I did an extra one. That's why I didn't have stuff. Okay. Alright. Those, for some reason, are always, I find, difficult to keep track of. Even I was like checking my inventory and I still screwed it up. So I don't know what happened there, but it's all good now. We head to Albert for one last time, and we are going to unlock the mist cleaner. Okay, I still need to do stuff with this one. The brass and bronze sheets are kind of nice because you can... Okay, as I say that, I'm going to say you can usually whale a whale on them a little bit more heavily. Definitely the bronze. I guess the brass is still a little bit fragile, but the bronze you can just like beat the crap out of and not have to worry about it breaking. Alright, one brass, two brass. Okay, I need to go ahead and make the cellar. Get the fish going. Yeah, since Stanley took over the guest house, Albert's reminding us that, hey, maybe you should make another guest house, but we're not. Oh, I never made silk fabric. My one mistake. Alright, easy enough. We got all the thread, we just gotta turn it into fabric. Should have paid attention to how much we needed. Maybe 14. Whoa, that's fast. Holy crap. I have to put some more thread in here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah. Oh. Hi, Mickey. Kind of scary. Alrighty. Now we got enough. There's still more upgrades you can do, but we don't need them to finish the game or finish the Stella's story, so we are good to go. I'm just gonna sail all the way to Grey Mist. 216.96. Still got to do some stuff on the way. So there's still a couple quest-related things for Mickey as well as Stanley. But, whoops, wrong button. We are wrapping things up for the most part as far as quests go. I need to remember this is brass, not bronze. We have our 2 brass, now we need our 2 bronze. Luckily they come out of the smithy pretty quickly. This is the one where you can just whale away on it. That's bad. Once we have all these sheets done, we'll be able to improve Bruce and Mickey's house. Oops, don't talk to Gustav, sorry. And then that will progress their storyline, which is pretty much where we're heading. Now that we have the mist cleaner and we can visit the northeast region of the map. Now we can go anywhere on the map that we want to go, even though there's really only one more spot that we need to go. Done with the smithy. I'm gonna move that out of the way and just go ahead and put the cellar on top of it. Oops. Well, not fireworks, but we'll still have some fun. That's one of the reasons we keep the extra herring from earlier. Go ahead and upgrade Bruce and Mickey's crib. Don't leave, don't leave. Okay, bye. He's gonna request a little scared to get rid of the extra orchard. That we give Mickey a lobster roll, even though isn't Mickey allergic? That's
Yeah.
what the thing is.
Yeah.
Then they'll be like, wait, what are you doing? He can't. Don't think you have to give him fried chicken, actually. See what happens. Nope. So after you give him the lobster roll is when they'll tell you about this place in Gramus. Was it Gramus Peaks? Yeah. Which conveniently is right where we pull up to. I guess we passed too closely to this place. If you pass close to a new location, it'll give you that little like you discovered this place text, and it'll pop up. Momentary slowdown. Oh. Gonna tell us about Gramus Peaks. Which there's actually a shrine on the top of the like a mountain, I guess. But in this area that we're going to, we don't go up to it right now, but we will come back later on. And even though we don't get an ability from the shrine, we do have to visit it. And it's tied to Stella's storyline. Guess I could have bus stopped to get a little closer. Oh, we're here. All right. Then we talk to Bruce and Mickey, and then we peace out. Finally get their obol. We get 2 of them. That's cool. Yeah. You get 2 spirit flowers? From here, we're going to go ahead and prepare for Stanley's, pretty much like his final request, story-wise, and head to Oxbury. Now, Bruce and Mickey are going to request carrots. So that's why we planted those earlier. Go ahead and sleep. If the cellar's not ready by the time we wake up, we can either warp time with Gustav or just, okay, cellar's done. That'll bring up Stanley somewhere. Pull some carrots for Bruce and Mickey. Ring the bell, wake everybody up. Okay. So Stanley wants to put on a play, so we need to go around asking people to attend it, invite them to play. We find out that instead of carrots, he actually wanted peaches, so that's why we planted the peach tree earlier. For the guessing game of where is Mickey gonna land. Will Mickey land? Oh, okay. Let me to talk to you. I think we invited Mickey to the play. Mickey and Bruce. Gonna find Gustav, who's happily playing his violin. He's down, of course. He's a big arts guy. Now Stanley's like, where should we do it? Let's go to Oxbury. This is where we're heading. So we'll go to Oxbury. It'll be kind of the same deal as Giovanni and Atul, where it'll go tonight when we get there, and then just interact with Stanley to get the play started. Now that we wrapped up Bruce and Mickey, we can take them to the Everdor. And then the play will basically be the end of Stanley's requests. Got a little one-act play. As probably an 8-year-old would make a play. I feel like this is pretty accurate. And that's the end of the play. He'll feel a little self-conscious afterward, and will ask us to go around asking people if they actually enjoyed it or not. We'll oblige because we have to, but mostly because we like them. Now the hard part of trying to find where everybody went. Not too bad from Bruce and Mickey. Duff was a fan. Now we're just gonna camp out by the Everdor, and we can take Bruce and Mickey right now, and then we'll just have to wait. We'll probably have the time warp a couple days, or maybe a day or two for Stanley to be ready. And then all the kids have left the nest. And then once we take 2 more spirits to the Everdor, we can have the final Hades event go up. Final celestial platforming section where we go through Stella's memories again. And that will let us do Stella's final storyline. Did Gustav go? I didn't screw up the time warp. Alright, where did Bruce and Mickey go? There's everybody. Oh, there we go. Pretty dope house though.
Yeah, there's.
Pretty close to the estimate with all the screw ups. Well, like half an hour buffer just in case
Good thing.
crap hit the fan. Because once we've taken all the spirits we need to get to ending Stella's story, so she's basically bedridden and her mother and sister are by her side. Is she in a coma? Or is she just like not doing good? Just doing really bad, and so they're by her side, kind of talking to her and talking about old things and memories and whatnot. So there'll be a... Are they butterflies? The butterflies come out, and Lily, which is her sister, will kind of be kind of talking and going over Stella's past, kind of reminiscing of old days. And we'll hit up all the shrines we've been to. So there'll be 4 shrines, and once you've been to each shrine and talked with Lily, Stella's like good to kind of let go, and then you take her back to the Everdor one last time, and then the credits roll. So we'll revisit the shrine in Hummingbird. We've got one in Foragawa. Got the shrine in Oxbury, and then the shrine we haven't seen yet, but we'll see in Grey Mist Peak. And the cool thing in-game with Lily is she allows you to use the ship at night. And she only shows up at night too, so you have to visit each of these 4 shrines at night. So we can usually get 2 or 3 in one night, and then we'll have to time warp to get to them the next night and finish up visiting all the shrines. We get Bruce and Mickey's constellation up in the sky. We got Mickey there, and we got Bruce, little hummingbird right there. I just had to save and quit for Gustav. I was scared. Alright, I thought I screwed up his... Because if you keep talking after you do the time warp with Gustav and don't cancel out, you lose the ability to time warp anymore, so we're all good. Just waiting on Stanley now.
They have 2.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, just one. Together they are one. So we're already at the Everdor, so we just have to warp time at this point. And then once Stanley's ready, we can just hop back into the rowboat.
Yeah.
wonder what Gustav's deal is. Oh, okay. They definitely need Gustav for the very end. For keeping it nighttime. I'm not sure if that's working or not. I think it is. Oh, bye, Stanley. Alright, so then once we move on to the Stella's quest, assuming that Gustav's going to play nice, it'd be about another 15-ish minutes. There was an update to the game. Can't remember if it was this year. It might have been early last year. And before the update, I think it was called the Farewell Edition. There was no Lily, so the game would basically end right after taking the 8 required spirits to the Everdor. And then you would just automatically go and have the ability to take Stella. But since they've added the Lily and they added Beverly, and there's a few more spirits that we aren't going to see in the speedrun, but when they added that, it added quite a bit of time to the speedrun. Yeah, it's definitely nice, especially casually, but although the funny thing was with the before they updated everything, other parts of the game were slower, so it didn't quite save as much time as you would think. Like every time you went to sleep and woke up, that whole process took a lot longer than it does now. And since you have to do that so many times in the run, it's like slowly eating away at any time save that not having to do the Lily shrine revisits would otherwise save you. So yeah, I don't know why the water freaks out so much in the background. But hopefully everything, all mistakes aside, we should end up just around estimate. Which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Pretty big mistakes.
Or should have planned to.
Little mushroom constellation. Get our final sets of memories to... This one's the Giovanni and Astrid. So even despite everything that he did, she was still there at the end. Whoop. Okay. Got Stella walking through some woods. I mean, is that Daffodil with there? Potentially. Here you see her mom and sister bedside with her. Got her big hat. Stella staple. Final little interaction with Hades. Basically let us know that it's time. The nice thing casually is you don't have to go and do Stella's stuff right now. There's still plenty left in the game to explore and spirits to take to the Everdor, so you don't necessarily have to in the game. But this is just the quickest that you can get to the end of Stella's story. The credits rolling. Alright, so from here it'll probably be nighttime or not. So that's fine. So we'll head up to Hummingbird and get ready. Okay, so we do have an exclamation point from Gustav, so that's a good sign. Time warp is still on the table. Then once we get close to Hummingbird, we'll go ahead and time warp to night. And then we'll get to interact with Lily, which is Stella's sister. Get to use the bus stop a few more times. One of my favorite parts of the game in general. Alright, wait till we're just about there. Yeah, otherwise all resources are done, all building needs and whatnot, everything's done. We just have to travel to 4 different shrines and then go back to the Everdor one last time. Wait, I'll get it later.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Which I like the greenery. It like slowly grows as you get more spirits in the game. It's kind of nice. You get a lot more backstory on Stella and her life in these sections, which was, I think, a nice addition the devs added with the updates. We'll pick up the flower, don't worry. Get some more backstory on like all the memories you see in the Hades events. Alright, so we'll head from Hummingbird, we'll head over to Orogawa. Sure that's not how you say that, but little mushroom. Or not to interact with Jacob sometimes, grabbing that. Starting the Dust Shade minigame again. If it didn't like stop the ship, it'd be fun to do again. at least like by this point in the run, you'll know if you'll have a chance to PB or not. So if you don't feel like doing the final 15 minutes of sailing around, then you're pretty good. So we'll hit up the first probably 3 shrines before day breaks. And then on our way to the 4th shrine, we'll time warp with Gustav one last time. Get back to nighttime so we can interact with the shrines. Gonna run in quite a ways for this shrine. We will do the old save and quit once we interact with it. Yeah, it's always fun catching glimpses of the constellations up in the sky. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know why I'm talking to some random... Not yet. There we go. Now we mash. Yeah, and apparently, I guess I never really paid attention, but apparently Buck's constellation is up there like the whole time. Kinda. There's a hint as to he's either already been through or just why he can't go. Elena? It'd be interesting to do like an all spirits run or something. Not that many more spirits to pick up. Alright, so 2 out of the 4 shrines done. Now we'll head to Oxbury. Roll herring. Yes. I do need to do that more often. I think I've done it like once or twice, but yeah, since we put the herring in the cellar for Stanley, we'll reward Gustav with his favorite. Is it favorite meal or just one that he really likes?
Favorite.
Favorite meal. Nice. He really does deserve it. Give him glue.
Look at that face.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And a hug.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Come on with us. Oh. It sucks that we don't make Gustav's house or build him a house. But he has a pretty cool house, and when you upgrade it and improve it, like a little art exhibit. We just gotta make our way into town far enough. Brian. Still plenty of good story bits to really dive deep into if you play this casually, so highly suggest it. We head up to the Grey Mist Peak. wonder if you could do all 4 in one night. Where's the moon? Almost daytime. It must be. I don't see the moon anymore. Usually it's daytime by now. Oh, it's way up there. I might. Maybe you can do all 4. That'd be wild. Not that it really saves any time, but this is kind of interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. It's gonna suck if you get up there and it like just barely miss out. But
It's a tough one to get.
we'll find out. Or should we sleep and just play it safe? Oh, we can make it.
You can make it. Hell yeah.
Maybe. Alright, the race is on. Ooh, daffodil hug. Go! Oh, shit. Okay. Gotta make it to the top where the shrine is before daybreak. See the constellations in the back, in the bottom of the screen. Nice. Okay.
You did it.
Basically now we just make our way back to the Everdor and we take ourselves. Might be like a minute or two over. It's like a minute, 2-minute boat ride to the Everdor. Alright, one last trip. Yeah, big shout outs to Thunder Lotus Games for making really cool and interesting games. Still think Sunder's probably my favorite of the 3 so far, but they're all pretty dope games. Shout outs to... There aren't a whole lot of Spiritfarer speedrunners, but they've done some good stuff. Shout outs to the small little community out there. Shout outs to Seeps5 for looking up recipes in the middle of a run. I really appreciate that. Coming in clutch. Thanks to the tech crew for helping solve some of the stream stuff earlier. And we are on our final boat ride. So we've got the long cutscene where we're not really talking to anybody. and then we'll hug Daffodil, and then as our constellation goes up into the sky, the Spiritfarer title will kind of show up, and then the credits will roll, and that will be when the run technically like officially ends, is when you see Spiritfarer show up. But yeah, this game has been really fun to play. It was great casually. It was an interesting run to do, just because like the the material of the game, and such an odd game to speedrun, but it's been pretty fun.
It started with Gwen%, and that was just so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gwen percent obviously is a little easier to get into. About 4 hours shorter and minimal sad times. And then just like slowly grew from there. Like it's kind of fun to play the game, and of course just trying to like figure out how to manage all the resources and money and where to go and who to talk to and quests, and it's a fun little experience. It's a great game, so just any reason to play it more was good by me. But yeah, this song, nice nice way to end things. The butterflies following you as you go. Last daffodil hug for the road. And this has been Spiritfarer, any percent. So appreciate it. And good luck to the rest of the runners, and thank you all donators that have been able to donate to such a great cause already. And it's been really fun to been watching really longathon for a long time, and then been nice to be a part of it for a change and have a game long enough to count. So now the last thing you do is try and get through the end without crying. So thanks for sticking around, and you gotta cry. Nope, no problem.
It's impossible not to cry.
GG's.